Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be doing some work on the Celica again. I'm going to try to get the wheels dialed in, so you know, like the fitment and all that. I'm currently in the car right now. I'm going to go ahead and move it out onto the street so we can jack it up, and then I could kind of show you guys what the fitment and the setup is like as of right now. Alright, so as usual, this may or may not go as planned, but I'm hoping that everything does go as planned. Alright, so I just want to show you guys what the current fitment looks like. So as you can see, the rears are cambered in a little bit and they could use a little bit more poke. The fronts are more straight. I'm not sure how many degrees of camber the front has. Close to 0 probably. But yeah, so as of right now, all 4 wheels are 17 by 9 plus 20 on 215 40s. So I actually already got all 4 fenders rolled and slightly pulled, just kind of, you know, not on purpose. It just, while I was rolling them, they got pulled by accident. But if you're looking to run this kind of setup, you don't need to roll your fenders or anything. I ran it like this perfectly fine at this same height, and I had no rubbing or anything. But as you can see, I've rolled it and there's a big gap there. I just want to poke out a little bit more, you know, stance boys. Alright, so for the rears, I got 25 mil spacers, which is 1 inch. So it actually is going to give me a really aggressive offset. I got 25 mil spacers because originally I got a 15 mil spacer, but the OEM studs would stick out over here past the spacer, and there would be no indent for the stud to sit in. As you can see, it fits 2 different bolt patterns, so I ended up going with the 25 mil because that's how long the OEM studs are. So as you can see, the 25 mil is perfect because the stud doesn't even protrude. That way I know for sure that the wheel is going to sit flush and flat against this spacer. Also, make sure you get the Hubcentric Spacer. That way you won't get any vibrations or any wheel problems. And then get a Hubcentric ring if you have aftermarket wheels. Yeah, you can barely even see the numbers on there, but this is a 75 to 54.1, which means the Celica's OEM hub size is 54.1, and then my aftermarket wheels are, I believe, 75, but these fit for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it back onto the spacer, and then now we can mount the wheels on. These are the lug nuts that comes with the spacer, and they bolt onto the studs, and then the wheels go on these new studs and with their own lug nuts. I hope that wasn't too confusing. So if any of you guys have the same problem where the studs stick out of the spacers and there's no space on the back of your wheel, 25 mil is the minimum width you can fit perfectly. Look at that, right off the bat you can see how much poke there is now. Holy crap. Hot boy status. So basically right now with the 25 mil spacer, my offset is -5. So in case you guys don't know math, 20 minus 25 equals -5. I mean, I barely know math too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and then lower the rear end and show you guys what it looks like on the ground. God damn. Check it out from the back. Dick. Sorry if it's kind of windy and there's some wind noises, but I've actually never ran spacers before, so this is my first time running them. I hope my wheels don't fall off. If they do, I'll update you guys. But dang, look at all that poke. Now I know not everyone likes this kind of fitment or likes a lot of poke, but I mean everyone has their own taste, and I prefer some poke. Some poke and some camber. So this is what the front currently looks like right now. As you can see, there is a little bit of poke, and I think that's because there isn't as much camber in the front as there was in the rear. The rear has natural camber. When you lower the car, it's always going to have natural camber. All right, so this is the alignment sheet from back when I installed the coilovers. Yeah, I don't really know how to read this, but I believe my fronts have about -1 degrees of camber. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then the rear's about -3 degrees of camber. Yeah, I don't know. Just know that it's really minimal and the rears have a lot more. All right, so this is where things may or may not go as planned. The fronts are gonna be a little bit different because I'm gonna have to adjust the camber on the camber plates, and I have to make sure that I'm not gonna be rubbing, especially when I turn. So I actually already rolled the fenders, like I said, off camera, just because I thought it'd be kind of boring to watch. But shout out to Toshiba again, he let me use his fender roller, and I was able to roll the fronts. I'm not sure if you can see inside, it's pretty flat. Oh, and I also had to grind down the studs in the front because let me show you. All right, so this is the front right now, and I got a 20mm spacer in the front because I believe the front pokes out a little bit more than the rears, but basically the studs are leveled because I actually grinded down the OEM studs. It used to stick out a lot further. And then for the little nut, these are the ones that came with the 20mm spacer. As you can see, they're a little bit longer, so when I screwed them on, they would stick out further. So I used the 15mm spacers that I bought way before, and they came with shorter nuts. So as you can see, they fit better and they're not going to be protruding. So now all the studs are flush. I also removed all the fender liner because the wheel is going to be sitting a little bit further up there. So now onto the camber plates. As you can see, I already adjusted it, so I just loosened them up and then I slid them a little bit upwards. I don't even know how to read these. I don't know how many degrees of camber I added. So this is how the camber plates kind of work. Loosen these and basically just push the entire shock inwards. It might be kind of hard for me to show you while doing it at the same time, but as you can see, I just pushed the shock inwards and the 4 Allen keys have shifted this way. I'm checking the turning radius right now and I am not hitting anything so far. So that is a really good sign. Same on this side. So you can see there is a lot more poke than before. Some camber, not too noticeable. I don't have tilty wheels. I think it looks the best from the back, just because how much tire kind of pokes out, makes it look wider. Man, oh man, does it look good. Hopefully the wheels don't fall off. Man, I just can't get enough of this color. Ooh, in love. One thing that sucks about living by the street and with these big ass trees is that it accumulates a lot of dust. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the car is already dusty. Very dusty just from the past couple hours. But oh well. What can you do? So it's been a few days. Basically, I just want to update real quick. I actually started rubbing on like bumpy roads and stuff. I was rubbing a little bit. So you can kind of see it's like peeling right here. It's not too bad. So what I'm gonna do is adjust the camber again because the camber isn't maxed out yet. All right, I apologize if it's a little bit hard to see, but I don't know if you remember, this is the setting that I adjusted it to. Basically, you can see that there's another hole in between the 2 Allen keys. So I'm gonna have to move these 2 top ones into this hole and into that hole, and that way I'll have even more room to slide this whole assembly that way. I've already done it on this side. As you can see, the two screws are much closer to each other now, so now I have more room to slide it that way. All right, so it's the next day, and as you can see, I adjusted the camber plates. They're maxed out, so that's definitely reduced a lot of the rubbing issues. But something that I've noticed ever since I installed the coilovers and put on the new wheels, like sometime last year, if you see this wheel, look how much poke there is compared to this side. So the passenger side has always had a lot more poke, whereas the driver's side has always sunk in a little bit. So yeah, I don't know what could be the issue. Maybe I got one wheel that has a different offset, because I did get an alignment after I had put on the new wheels and stuff, and it was still kind of like that. But I just let it slide because it didn't bother me too much. But now it's kind of, I don't know, I guess I just wanted to bring it up to see maybe if you guys had any insights on it. And yeah, the camber plates are both the same, so the camber is equal. What I'm gonna try to do is, since the fronts both have 20 mil spacers, I'm gonna leave the 20 mil on that one. And then on this side, I ordered another pair of 25 mil spacers, so I'm gonna put the 25 mil on this side. Maybe it'll bring it out a little bit. So the spacers are gonna be uneven. That's gonna be 20 and that's gonna be 25. You can see the camber is basically the same, but the left side just sticks out a little bit more. Quick update, I put the 25 mil spacer on. This is how far it sticks out. Here is the 20 mil. I think I got it pretty even. Yeah, I don't know why this side stuck out more than this side in the beginning, but I guess it's even now and I should be fine. If it's not, someone let me know. In the future, I would like to upgrade to 18-inch wheels and different size tires, but honestly, with these wheels that I have right now, they're in good condition. I still really like them, so I think the setup is really good and I am really satisfied with it. Yo, and check out that rear though, looking extra thick. All right, that'll be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys gained something out of it. Maybe you guys were looking for the right spec wheels, so there you go. And yeah, so far I'm pretty content with the fitment. Still rubs a little bit, but maybe if I went with stiffer spring rates, like a higher spring rate, maybe I won't have this rubbing issue, but you know, you learn from it. So anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later.